The Scottish Fisheries Museum is located opposite the harbour in the small fishing port of Anstruther. The museum occupies a collection of historic buildings mostly dating from between the 16th and 19th centuries. Our logo is a two-masted sailing fishing boat of the type known as a fifey. As a charitable trust, we tell the story of the Scottish fishing industry and its importance to many communities of Scots. Some of the buildings surround a cobbled courtyard, including this 18th century merchant's house. Wooden beams called gallowses were used by fishermen for drying nets. The entrance to the galleries lies within this 19th century building, which still has traces of a 15th century chapel. The story starts with primitive fishing. Here are early types of boat, including a replica logboat made in the museum. This ramp allows wheelchair access to the upper level. It leads to the Days of Sail gallery. The museum is fortunate in having many fine paintings in the collection, such as this one of a fisherman making a line scull. This collection of boat models is the centrepiece of the Days of Sail gallery. Use of long lines with a large number of baited hooks used to be an important fishing method. This fine picture, called The Fisher Lass, was painted by John McGee around 1914 and depicts Jessie Hughes. Another McGee painting shows how women used to gut the newly landed herring on the quayside. In the herring market, we see women gutting herring and packing them in barrels, while a cooper makes the barrels. The woman could gut 60 herring per minute with a knife like this. This is a mission notice from Fraserburgh. This quiet memorial room is dedicated to the memory of Scottish fishermen and lifeboatmen who have lost their lives at sea. In our Days of Steam gallery, the steam drifter Gowan Lee saw active service in the Adriatic Sea in 1917. The skipper was awarded the V.C. The steam gallery has many artefacts from the days of steam-powered boats in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Equipment and paintings are displayed in the steam gallery together with a high-quality boat model. This is the original wheelhouse from the boat Brighter Hope 3. The wheelhouse is cut away at one side to show the equipment inside. The museum has a large collection of detailed scale models of fishing boats. This is a model of a more modern boat. Behind it is the painting Anchored by John Bellany from 1999. Here we have a display of elegantly presented boat names. Gallery 7 is a temporary exhibition room where there is an exciting new exhibition every 3 to 6 months. A modern building houses Research LK62, a large example of the hull type known as the Zulu. This is the interior of the hull of Research, which is currently being conserved but sadly will never be seaworthy again. In the Boatyard workshop, seagoing wooden boats are restored by dedicated staff and volunteers. This display shows some of the traditional woodworking tools used in building wooden boats. This gallery, devoted to whaling, is housed in a building which belonged to the Anstruther Whale Fishing Company in the middle of the 18th century. The Boatyard, originally used by local boat building companies, now houses the main display of full-sized boats. The Boatyard also houses this ringnet boat, Lively Hope, built in 1936. Here we have a replica of a blacksmith's forge, used for making the metal parts of boats. Frank Buckland was a Victorian naturalist whose extensive collection is held here in the museum. The Buckland Foundation is still active and based here. The engine room illustrates the way in which fishing has been mechanised. And here is our fishmonger's shop display. This is the main room of a fisherman's house of about the year 1900. It is accessed by an outside stone staircase, but can also be seen from inside the steam gallery. Above the fisherman's house is the loft for storing his fishing gear. The tour ends back at the courtyard and is best polished off with a visit to the tea room and shop.